Jerry Smith's still waiting for the great gray in New York. It's been spotted just across the St. Lawrence River in Canada.
There is a single great gray owl on Amherst Island, but not one, as far as we know, has made it into northern New York, despite the fact that a whole lot of us have been looking.
Now, I know you're going to call that easy foreshadowing, but believe it or not, just an hour later, Jerry pulls the car over, grabs his binoculars, and peers at something big perched on a tree.
We have the first great gray owl that's made it across the border. I'll be a son of a gun. That is so bloody. I am now very enthusiastic. Hey, I'm going to set up my scope.
While Jerry unpacks the telescope, a raven flies to a branch just above the owl and tries to scare it away. Birders call it mobbing.
Now, don't you go mob that stupid owl, you pain. I think that's what May's thinking of doing. Watch this.
The owl holds its ground, and Jerry gets it in the telescope sights.
That is so cool. It's not facing us. It's back to us, but take a look. That shape is very distinctive.
It's slate gray with some brown and white, round head, stocky body, as big or bigger than the raven.
This has been... Oh, the owl just hooted. It's a very low guttural hoot, something like a horned owl, only deeper.
Just then, the owl's finally had enough. It takes flight and drifts slow and low to a stand of trees, likely its roost. Jerry jots down the GPS coordinates, and we get back in the car.
Well, sir, we have just had the day. Undoubtedly, I'll finish the little route and we'll head back. But this is undoubtedly, we have had undoubtedly the high point of the day. Probably that's my high point of my winter.